Some people are afraid of heights, the longing distance between the sky and the ground. Others are afraid of spiders, their little legs crawling their way through crevices and appearing out of nowhere. There is one fear that unites over half the population of social media users, and that is the fear of missing out, or FOMO. According to the Oxford Dictionary, FOMO can be described as anxiety that an exciting or interesting event may currently be happening elsewhere, often aroused by posts seen on social media. This phenomenon suggests that human beings have created a fear due to their own inability to partake in events where they are not able to attend, and this is usually caused because having access to social media means having public access to so many people's lives, even people you may not even know. But that's why I'm creating this documentary, to crack whether FOMO can really be broken. Have you ever picked your phone up to look up something, when suddenly you get sucked into the rabbit hole of social media? Going through TikTok, going through Instagram, it gets addictive. You're scrolling through photos of crystal blue seas and people laughing, whilst you're stuck in your 9-to-5 job wondering, how do they do it? Slowly but surely, you're feeding yourself with the idea that everyone in the world is having a better time than you. So you feel a little jealous. And maybe your jealousy turns into fear. You fear that your life isn't as interesting. A fear that every Tom, Dick and Harry are vacationing on your dream holiday. A fear that you're missing out. Or to shorten it, you have FOMO. You might be sitting at home right now thinking, nah, I don't fear things. And maybe you don't. But I want to get an insight into a demographic of social media users and see their thoughts on FOMO. I targeted an age group of 18 to 25-year-olds. I received feedback from people of both students and working class individuals. 75% of people who took this questionnaire had heard of FOMO before, but interestingly, 83.3% of people responded yes in experiencing FOMO throughout their lives. This shows that although people may not have known the fear of missing out is a real term, you can still have FOMO. 100% of participants stated that they do use some form of social media, with Instagram being the most common. 83% of participants used it. Facebook, Snapchat and TikTok joined in second place with 58.3% of participants using these platforms. The second section of the questionnaire looked at how strongly participants felt FOMO on a 1 to 5 scale, with materialistic items, experiences, and lifestyle. The responses were quite split for materialistic items, with 33.3% of people not feeling strongly. For experiences, the responses were quite split again, but with 33.3% of people feeling strongly this time. And for lifestyle, 41.7% of people did not feel very strongly that they would have FOMO. In the final section of the questionnaire, I asked how strongly the participants related to each of the following statements. In statement 1, 2/3 of people believed they would feel FOMO if an interesting event is going to happen, but they can't be a part of it. In statement 2, most people again would feel FOMO if they find out an interesting event is happening in the moment and they can't be there, with 33% of people voting very strongly. In statement 3, 33.3% of people felt slightly strongly that they would feel FOMO after they find out an interesting event has happened. So what does this mean? Whilst only 12 people responded to this questionnaire, the figures state that even through a vast range of age groups, genders, and employment statuses, each of these people in one way or another have experienced some sort of FOMO. With these findings, I want to explore whether my own FOMO can be cured, and to do that, I have to go to the one place I've been dreaming of. Cornwall. I travelled all the way to Cornwall to see if actually experiencing life here would cure my FOMO. So I did all the touristy things. I went to the most southerly point, Lizard's Point. I even found a place nearby called Cayent's Cove where the sights were gorgeous. I went to a little spot in Newquay called Hewer's Hut, where I was met with the most beautiful views, like looking at some seals and penguins at a seal sanctuary in a town called Gweek. And even went to a little amusement park called Lappa Valley, which I did stumble across Instagram a couple weeks ago. And I had a lot of fun. And as the week went by, during my visit, I didn't feel like I was missing out on the idea of Cornwall anymore. I was here. I did it.
No FOMO to be had here!
But does that mean in order to cure FOMO, we all have to just spend money? Because even though I had the money to go to Cornwall and try out this experiment, not everyone can. There is still a lot to find out about the way FOMO works in human brains. Everyone is different. No two people will feel exactly the same or both have the fear they're missing out on something. FOMO makes me feel jealous
about the things that I know I have no control over.
Even if I have been invited or included in something but can't make it due to personal reasons.
I will still feel annoyed or upset.
There seems to be an awareness week for absolutely everything except this.
People are always going to miss out on stuff, it's just life.
It's just good to remember that even people, friends or family that you are envious of feel FOMO.
That they will have also experienced that feeling too, and we will all continue to feel that way.
It passes, but in the moment you feel like you are missing out on a really good time.
FOMO has been more noticeable in a post-COVID world
due to the increase and resurgence of events worldwide, especially with the increase in prices to accommodate loss of income or changes in venues.
It sucks. I wish I didn't feel it.
It's just a part of life, it's just what it is.
It's difficult to get rid of.
So maybe there's not a definitive answer to this. FOMO is like a wave. It comes, it crashes, but it passes. We all feel it, judging by the questionnaire. But from my findings, social media is definitely the root cause of FOMO.